Before we get into the video, gamers and gamerettes, I'm feeling much better, as my last few videos I sounded like a buffalo after accidentally eating red peppers due to my stupid freaking cold and fever.
I still kind of sound like that, but beggars can be choosers, guys.
Let's get on with the video. Witchfire, a game that turned into the most generous middle finger ever aimed at modern game development trends. Developed by the astronauts, the indie team behind the vanishing of Ethan Carter, Witchfire is a dark fantasy shooter that blends gothic horror, fast-paced gunplay, and Souls-like tension into an old-school game and, yet somehow, refreshing in current times. The game is already available on Steam in early access. You can play it and enjoy it a little while the developers continue, expanding and polishing it. And during that ongoing development, the developers dropped a detail so strong, so powerful that Trump's hairline receded even further just by hearing it. Not a single pixel in Witchfire is AI generated. Guys, I'm not saying a few minor details like trees or maybe birds or maybe even a character border. Literally no textures, no art assets, not even Photoshop's built-in AI tools. I was not kidding when I said Witchfire flipped the middle finger on the industry, and they did it big time. And who do we credit this act of bravery?
Let's dive in further into the story to find out.
The reason this whole thing caught headlines is because of one guy, one champion, one legend. Adrian Chmielarz. I am so sorry, Mr. Adrian. I cannot pronounce your name. So let's just go with Adrian, the co-founder of the astronauts and a developer who chose principles, actual creativity, hard work, and the human touch over convenience. And in 2026,
Oh, by the way, Happy New Year's.
no words or actions can describe his fiery balls of AI reckoning. Adrian's stance on AI is amazing. It's bold and considerate in the best possible way. He's not pretending AI doesn't exist. He's not yelling, AI is bad, AI is bad. And he's definitely not doing the tech bro thing, where everything suddenly becomes AI powered because spell check exists. Instead, he draws and holds one line. AI can help ideas form, but it does not get to touch the final freaking product. Just a small reminder. This is not a AAA studio. It's an indie studio. And yet he took that Avengers stance against all of the Ultrons of the game development world. And what's crazier is that he openly admits into using AI. But he uses it like a normal human being. I mean, guys, he uses it for visualization. He uses it to clean up his English. I mean, he is Polish after all, so English isn't exactly his native tongue. And finally, he uses it as a brainstorming tool, not a human replacement. What he doesn't believe, and by the way guys, he says this very bluntly, is that you can make a good game using AI generated content. In his own words, anyone who thinks AI can just magically spit out a great game is absolutely dead wrong. That right there, gamers and gamerettes, that's an experienced developer talking and understanding his words exactly. And he isn't tweeting something random and then forgetting about it or craving attention from anyone. Guys, this actually costs him real money, real time, real effort. And his latest example, guys, he's talking about outsourcing art for an upcoming update, only to find out the artist used Photoshop's built-in AI tools. Guys, this is something that's basically industry standard at this point in the current times. Adrian's response wasn't, okay, fine, it's close enough. It was literally redo it. He freaking sent it back. He knew it would take longer. It would cost him a lot more. He knew nobody on Steam would even notice. And the artist, he went back to old school pencil and paper, scanned his sketches and finished them manually in Photoshop without a stench of AI. My god, man, talk about stubborn creativity bordering freaking insanity.
And I mean that as a compliment.
And in a time like this, guys, it's honestly even bolder to act upon. The industry is currently leaning hard on AI. Publishers love it because it's cheaper. Studios love it because deadlines are brutal. Marketing loves it because AI sounds futuristic enough to distract from crunch. We've already seen low-effort AI art shipped in major franchises.
Call of Duty.
AI voice generation quietly shipped into games, and entire workflows being optimized. So for an indie studio to reject all of that while everyone else is sprinting in the opposite direction, haha, Mr. Adrian, balls of a freaking matador. Well done. And the man still has the sense of humor to laugh about Soviet-style Britney Spears covers on YouTube. This man truly has a nuance, a truly rare trait. I swear, guys, I swear, Adrian deserves the respect of all developers out there, and maybe, just maybe, a few lessons to be learned as well. Adrian, yes, this man chizna. Yes, this man chizna.
I'm trying to say you're the man.
Okay, folks, you're all caught up with the news, Adrian's amazing stance on AI, which is kind of very similar to mine, and the direction he chooses to go forward with. Unfortunately though, guys, we kind of have to be a bit realistic and ask ourselves something. Is this sustainable long term? Well, sometimes. Wait. To understand my answer, let's look over a few details, guys. Witchfire works because the astronauts are indie. They're tightly scoped and they're creatively led. There is no 500-person art department. They don't have an annual release cycle breathing down their neck. They don't have shareholder calls where someone asks how many efficiency gains they can squeeze out of the project. Most importantly, they can afford to move slower, spend more, and say no, because the people making the game are the same people answering for it. Now let's compare that to AAA development studios. We're talking 800 plus team members, annual or biannual releases, budgets the size of Fortune 500 companies, and executives who absolutely do not care if your texture was hand-painted or drawn by Picasso himself, as long as it ships on time and monetizes well. That's why I think Witchfire isn't much of a blueprint as much as it is an exception. A respectable exception. So, as much as I respect Adrian's stance and wish it could go this direction, the reality of things is he's probably one of the few remaining developers who chose the good old-fashioned development methods against an entire industry. And guys, don't get me wrong, I am cheering for these few developers, but I'm also a realist. This is a large, and I mean a very large industry after all. And these developers, they're basically little sardines swimming with megalodons and blue whales. But it does prove something important. Creativity and humanity still matters, even if you're willing to pay for it. And honestly guys, that alone makes Witchfire, the astronauts, and Adrian Chmielarz worth talking about. What do you guys think? How do you feel about all of this? Can Adrian and his beliefs continue flourishing in current times, or will they succumb to the power of freaking AI? Drop your thoughts down below.
Otherwise, my hunter will seek you out at night like a Siberian tiger. Rawr!
And guys, thank you once again for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please consider leaving a like and subscribing for more content in the future. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.